Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so today we are going to do a little check-in to see what the divine would like the twins to be aware of at this time. So for the twins watching this, what can we see, divine creator? What can we focus on? Food for thought for the beautiful twin collective that joins me here. What can we see? What is it that we can be aware of at this time for consideration? Wow, okay. I just heard setting healthy boundaries spiritually, keeping an open mind, and dropping the defensiveness. So this is like a growth spurt, an energetic growth spurt that the twins are both going through right now. I'm going to do clarifiers on each of these cards. So independently, the Hierophant in the reverse is a non-traditional spiritual understanding. It can indicate coming into a deeper recognition of the spiritual truth of something within. Let's see what that means for the masculines at this time. We get Temple of Celestial Revelations, Angelic Assistance, Truth, Salvation, and Mastery. So the divine masculines are experiencing the recognition of the truth within, and the angels are up to signs and synchronicities. I'm hearing there is some assistance that way. I just heard the masculines are walking in that dimension, in the celestial dimension, the cosmic dimension, and this will be their salvation. This is the falling in love with the majesty of reality, of the splendor. This is falling in love with the benevolence of this dimension, where possibly in the past they were a bit jaded or in disbelief. There's a return to the truth of the love that is inherent in this connection and in their reality. There's a safety, there's a feeling of safety that I'm getting here, that it's not some lofty religious overlord externally, but it's more of a sweet and present knowing within that points to this connection as not so abstract anymore. So the spiritual truth of this is becoming accessible and practical to the masculines. What is happening for the feminines with the Hierophant in the reverse? What can we see? That one? Yeah, Temple of Amethystia, Tranquility, Patience, and Disillusion. So, this does bring in the beautiful knowing, divine feminines, that yes, you've been aware of the connection and possibly the twin connection and the spiritual aspects of this connection for so long, but part of the mastery is to hold that sacred space with compassion and to know that you definitely went through the process of being qualified to see this for what it is yourself. And the masculines are not going to take as long once they really catch that fire. And so, yeah, just let it play out. Let it run its course. Remember what it's like to wake up to those sorts of things and trust divine feminines. But you're meant to take heart, like have peace in the meantime. There's a real sense of allowance and just tranquility. Okay, for this, dropping the bravery energy, dropping the not necessarily dropping the bravery, dropping the guard and being more chill. What can we see for the masculines? Dropping the defenses. What can we see for the masculines? Dropping their defenses. Wow, so many came out. Let's do this. Perspective, ideals, and belief. So it all went over to the DF side. So divine masculines have dropped their, I just heard, egoic beliefs about what this connection is. Cleared the preconceived notions about it. I'm going to leave that one for last. And then we get Chamber of Imagination, whimsy, fantasy, and wonder. So their minds are on overdrive in the daydream department, because now they're fantasizing about what could this mean? What could be possible if I don't make the assessments that were based in fear about this connection from the past? What if everything could go right? That's such a good one. Chakra, Kabbalah, spiritual path, life lessons, and karma. So, you know, you don't have this kind of clarity if you haven't cleared the karma and seen the light. And so they are dropping the defenses as they are seeing that this is not a repeat of karma. It's actually a aligned next exploration on the spiritual path. That's exciting. And then we get one of the twin flame cards, Prism of Existence, separation, extension, independence, and identity. Dropping the guard can be really affirming that this connection has been, you know, sight unseen, but felt the whole way along, but also not feeling rejected, not feeling at odds, not feeling bound, not feeling outcast. So, you know, coming into more of a balance regarding the need for resistance to any side of the coin, right? We can resist and it can look opposite. So what is it for the feminines that we can see for dropping the defensive? Oh, just well-being. Look at you, divine feminines. There's just this humming along, oming kind of energy. We've just got golden seed, light, warmth, wholeness, and well-being, and patience, tranquility. So yeah, you are certainly just chilling, divine feminines, while the divine masculines go through some major understanding, major downloads, major revelations. Okay, and then setting healthy spiritual boundaries was the other energy. So what is that for the divine masculines? What can we see for divine masculines setting healthy spiritual boundaries? What does that entail? We get Lyran Stargate, ancestry, courage, wisdom, and empathy. This is teasing out all of the finer understandings of the converging energies that have influenced the decisions that the masculines have made. And now they are prioritizing, from what I can feel, they are prioritizing what is righteous, what is good and right and true by their higher understanding, by their higher love, by compassion. Instead of taking things at face value, they are discerning more subtle energies based on all of the converging influences of ancestry and wisdom gained and the empathic interchange with so many people that are positive and not beneficial for the masculines. All of those things, all of the beliefs, all of the considerations are there, and the divine masculines are choosing courage, wisdom, empathy, and setting a new standard for themselves. What is this spiritual recalibration, spiritual healthy boundaries for the feminines? We get seal of fulfilled transformation, alchemy, metamorphosis, and karmic completion. So divine feminines, that's why you're chilling, is because you've cleared the karma and you just are sitting pretty in a way right now. So don't backslide in that energy, divine feminines. I'm going to pull one more card, actually. What can the divine feminines do with this time? Gate of returning, entrance, death, rebirth, and passage. So everything will come back around. Take heart. Ready yourself. Do things to prepare. What would you need to do if your divine masculine were to come back soon? Are there things that you need to put into place? Are there foundations you need to create? Are there things you need to declutter? emotionally, mentally, and physically. What can you do not to have idle hands right now? Divine Feminines is the message I'm getting. Okay, let's dive into a daily Divine Masculine reading and see what are the Divine Masculines thinking and feeling, wishing and doing towards the connection. What are the Divine Masculines challenged by at this time, and what is the spirit guided challenge or spirit guided solution for that challenge? It could be a spirit guided challenge. We do sign up for this kind of enlightening process on the earth plane. Where is the energy going in the near future? Really getting that from now until the solstice, there is a continuity of energy, is how I've been told to express it. And so it feels like whatever we're dealing with at this time is going to be a consistent theme until about the solstice. Anybody who knows about astrology, please help me out in the comments below, because it just intuitively feels very significant that this is a bubble of energy until the solstice. Okay, so on the conscious mind, yeah, divine guidance about the union, divine guidance about what needs to happen to bring in an effective union here. So this is the High Priest for the second time in the reading. In the upright with union in the reverse, though, it's a priority to connect with Source for instruction about the union, is what I'm getting there. Or, you know, how the divine could radically come in and show what is needed to quickly bring in balance for this connection. Yeah, it's beautiful, because yesterday I think the title of the video was the masculines were seeing through belief, not skepticism anymore. And so now that there is a belief, there's a sincerity to petition the divine for assistance with how to bring union in. Wow. Not of their power, but of divine power, of higher knowing, of higher guidance, of the heart. Okay, what is it we can see on the heart space for the divine masculines? Wow, awakening. We have this illumination. I'm really getting, look at, there's this feminine up in the clouds and all of these people rising up. I mean, it's probably an angel. So your divine masculine feels as though you're an angel and everybody's striving to reach, I just heard, your level, your realm, your connection. You've got your eyes closed there, divine feminine, and everybody's kind of looking to you, reaching up to you. And divine masculine wonders if their voice would be heard in the crowd of those vying for your awareness. Interesting. They do want to communicate. They want it to just be perfect, though. They want it to be just right. I just heard they want to be that knight in shining armor. They want to be the one that comes in and sweeps you off your feet. There are people being swept off their feet by divine feminine, and divine masculine wants to sweep you off your feet so that there will be no defeat. Oh my gosh. Defeat better get moving, divine masculine, because there's a lot of people rising up to collect your divine feminine or meet your divine feminine on their level. Wow, interesting. So there's a little bit of a time is of the essence vibe for divine masculines on the heart space, and also a conscientiousness, wanting to get it right. What are the divine masculines wishing for? To motorboat the love. They're wishing to bury their face in this amazing safety and emotionality that comes from saying, yes, okay, I do surrender. I surrender to this love. Let it wash over me. Let it completely engulf me. Let it drown me already. You know, it's like a feeling of overwhelm, but also just wanting that overwhelm, just wanting it so badly to be there already, I just heard. And then there's this Eight of Cups, still trying to walk away from certain energies, from certain things that don't emotionally serve, certain belief structures, as we saw a little earlier. This is also the return coming back around to you, but just let me fill up my own emotional bucket a little bit more. Let me come up for air for a second before I come back around. But there is this desire to leave certain things that have been difficult to see for what they are, and then a desire to come in, but a little bit of hesitancy and needing a bit more time, and feeling a little bit of pressure, I have to say. So what actions are being taken? Justice with the Ace of Cups. Justice can be legal matters, but these divine masculines want to purify. They want to learn how to breathe in the water of emotion. They don't want to drown. They're learning to swim. Oh, the divine masculines are learning to swim in these emotions so they can be a lifesaver. Wow. They know that their aliveness depends on it, and they want to have a justified new beginning with you. They want to do whatever is needed to justify this love. They have so much love for you today. There's like literally so much love in this reading. It's really quite profound, but it's not an easy task. There is possibly more crying, more purging, more celebrating, more pep talks to get them in the hot seat so that they can communicate, more languaging, more understanding needed, more processing of emotions. I just heard the floodgates are open. Like, this is quite gushing energy. So I just heard blubbering. Like, some divine masculines might be like blubbering to somebody that they trust about how they've royally screwed it up with you.
Elbow down.
Okay. What is the biggest block at this time? Ooh. Karma. This, you know, everything coming in at once. Everything awakened to everything all at once. Where is that card? We got it for the communication with these, you know, it's like now that they're seeing your true value because you've seen your true value, everybody else is seeing your true value as well, and they want to be that perfect channel. They want to get it right. The Artist card is about channeling divine understanding. Now that we've seen what we've seen, this is the getting it right energy. This is getting it profoundly right, like otherworldly right, heavenly right, ascended right. This Judgment card is right before the world and the Ascension, and this is beyond the world. In this deck, this is a 23 card, so it's not a typical card for a tarot deck. So it's like 2 steps beyond the Ascension. This is where we become channels of the divine compassion into the world. We are an instrument in this depiction, and so somewhere between seeing the light and being fully realized, the divine masculines are challenged, tasked with how to get from seeing this to living it fully. What is the spiritual guidance? Solution? Communication. The Page of Swords might not communicate directly. This could be social media, could be checking in on. There's a dolphin bringing a cup of love to this divine feminine who's focused on the star, the destined path. So the spirit guidance really, it's saying, divine masculine, check in on your divine feminine. Like offer something small, a little cup, a little hint, some communication, some well wish, some sort of something. To let them know that you are coming, that you're on the way, that you're doing okay, that there's a higher knowing here. Appreciation. It's hearing appreciation. Where is the energy going? Will the divine masculines do something about it? Trapped and powerless because the water is too, like the well, I'm hearing the dam is still backed up. So much emotionality right now. I'm going to get a clarifier on this advice because, you know, the pressure is building and building, and there's so much buildup. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when there's like so much buildup in a song or something, and then the drop, it's like, oh, or a joke. There's so much buildup, like divine masculines. It's going to be much more impactful if you take the pressure off and heal a little bit more maybe first. Let's get some more advice here for divine masculines who might watch this. Oh, that's cool. That means some divine masculines might watch this. So I do have like 13% divine masculines that watch, I think. Okay, so Page of Swords and Four of Cups for divinely guided solution. What else can we know about coming forward? Yeah, so practice communicating to somebody. You know, this is still sorting out too many people being involved, really sharing the wisdom. This is divine masculine informing all of these people that they used to argue with and fight with, like, of their newfound higher understanding. So I guess the spirit guidance is practice that. Start small with your feminine and come into your own by sharing your true voice, speaking your heart, practicing. Practice makes perfect. Go in that direction. You've spent so long, divine masculine, wearing a mask, not showing people what you really feel, communicating clearly. Begin. Learn those skills. Dial it in. Open up the channeling. Open up the channels. Free yourself. Free your mind. Free your voice. Unloose your tongue. Or loose your tongue. Unloose. Loose your tongue. If you do see this new way of looking at things, unbind yourself, divine masculines. Let's get what card can we get about that? Feeling to pull a little bit of advice for that, for the divine masculines. How can the divine masculines loose their tongue from this? I saw the Justice card. Page of Earth is, again, another page. Start small, be kind, and then the King of Air. So really meditate on what your truth is, divine masculines, because when you know your truth, no matter what you say, you're speaking from your truth. If you don't know what your truth is, aka a lie or not having the clarity, you will feel blocked. So take the time to discover what your truth is, what your kind and simple truth is, divine masculines. And that is the secret to loosing the tongue. Loosing. I think that's a saying. I know you're all going to comment that it is, or that it isn't, or that I got it inappropriately. But see, take my example, divine masculines. Just blah. Talk about it. People will get it. They'll pick up on your frequency. See? Like me. Somehow people get what I'm saying sometimes. Oh my gosh. Many blessings, everybody. Bye for now.